Hi, this is Michel. Today I would like to share one of the most amazing encounters I ever had with all of you. It was His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In 1986, I spent an incredible time in Tibet and the Himalayas and China as well. And I traveled extensively throughout Tibet, and it was an incredible time because it was after the demise of Chairman Mao, and Deng Xiaoping gave an enormous amount of freedom to the Tibetan population, and it was a time of rebuilding, reconstruction, and a lot of the temples were being brought to their old splendor, and I was able to travel throughout Tibet quite unobstructed during that period. I was able to meet His Holiness exactly 8 years ago, around the same time now, in Germany, and it was before the Beijing Olympics. I got a call from Kai Diekmann, who ran Bild Zeitung and the Springer Group in Germany himself, and he said, "Michel, can you meet me? I would like you to interview together with me and photograph His Holiness the Dalai Lama." I jumped on a plane, and the next day we all met in a hotel room. He came in with the biggest smile. We were just three of us. He hugged everyone like we were old friends. We looked at him and he kept smiling. Mr. Diekmann started the lead of the conversation. "Your Holiness, we are right before the Beijing Olympics. How do you think China will deal in the future with the Tibetan?" His Holiness smiled. He said, "I have no time to think about such things. Nothing of that sort has happened yet. The Olympics haven't happened. Let's deal with this when the Olympics are happening." And then Mr. Diekmann said, "What do you think about all the buildings that are going to be taken down? The marathon runners, a lot of people are going to lose their houses." The answer of the Dalai Lama was very practical. He said, "Well, many of them are going to get better houses, have running water, and maybe their houses have a better view than now. So let's look at the positive side." Automatically our perception of His Holiness changed, and what was incredible, in all the difficulty, the way he was addressing the exact situation of time and place, and the way his answers were just at the moment, for the moment. And he said, we are living now, and what we really have to change is now, because we are in control of now. This lasted a couple of hours. I was able to take some incredible photographs, and we stayed in touch. In the meantime, I went with my wife Ayako and a very good friend of mine to the Ramsala, and we were supposed to have a meeting with him in the Ramsala. Well, we went to the temples. We were able to have incredible contact with many Tibetans living around His Holiness, and it was incredible, this world of almost rejuvenation around him. It was very, very busy. It was, everybody went about their things to do. There were regular prayer meetings, there were sessions, there were speeches that we were able to assist. And we were waiting for about a week to meet His Holiness, and strange enough, the meeting never happened. A few months later, we got a call that we were able to interview and make a film with His Holiness in Prague. The meeting was supposed to be in a hotel, and we had basically as much time as we needed if that stayed within one day. So the next morning, His Holiness walked in again with the biggest smile, like we knew each other for many, many, many years, and it was almost like, well, it was almost like yesterday. He sat down and he had his prayer beads in his hand, and I set up several cameras around him, and several 16mm cameras at the time, and we started filming and recording, and my assistants along the way started taking pictures of what was happening. But again, this encounter, there is no such things that things get too old or things are not relevant, because with photography, film, art, basically we are documenting time. We got day before yesterday the news that the Tokyo Olympics will be pushed forward by 1 year due to the global situation of the coronavirus right now. So there will always be issues, there will always be worldly events that dictate our lives, our situation. Now, His Holiness, in the life of His Holiness, he witnessed the Cultural Revolution as a very young man, the demise of Chairman Mao. He witnessed the rejuvenation under Deng Xiaoping and the many, many changes. But coming back to our situation, the word of the present Dalai Lama should be a reminder for what is happening right now. And I always say everything is relevant. We should move forward. We should keep doing what we're doing. We should keep taking pictures. We should keep making music, regardless of world events, regardless of what is happening around us. Because what we are creating and what we are saying and what we're doing will last. And I think this is the most amazing thing in any creative activity, especially in photography, filmmaking. People will always be able to see what we're doing and to enjoy it and to listen to it. Well, this was it for today. I will share more of this story in our next episode, and I'm looking forward to talk to you again tomorrow.
As a human being, it is very, very essential to remain optimism. That's important. Then there is Tibetan saying, 9-time failure, 9-time effort. That's important. And meantime, inside Tibet, Tibetan spirit is extremely strong.
Very strong.
They're logically, quite natural. The more sort of suppression come, more sort of spirit usage develop. That's quite nature. So basically, I'm hopeful.